order. Roll call, please.
John Righeimer.
Here.
Stacy Hessel. Here. Tom Duffy. Steve Kirianen. Here. Randy Newman.
Here.
You have a quorum.
Thanks. Pledge of allegiance. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please read the certification of compliance with open meetings law.
This meeting was noticed to the media and the public as required by Section 19.84 of the Wisconsin statutes.
Thank you. The meeting agenda is set. Do we have any public comments? Public comments. I'll consider approval for minutes of the previous meeting.
I'll second.
Motion by Tom Duffy, second by Randy Newman. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Minutes approved. Number 9, library updates. Weiss Library.
Good morning and Happy New Year.
Here.
Let's see. I sent the information. I didn't have December's numbers yet. They're probably being compiled right now. Our circs are a little bit down, but not much. Probably, my guess might be a 1,000 or 2,000. We'll see. In terms of Libby statistics, that is our ebooks and e-audio books, and that looks like it's going to be up from last year. And our, let's see, the patron counts again are up. We're increased by about 550 people that are subscribers to the library or patrons. Our count at the front door has increased roughly 4,000. And if you take a look at our circulation activity, as it's been for years, the town of Hayward is our highest percentage of patrons at about 21%. And Bass Lake is second, and Lenroot is third, and Hayward, City of Hayward is actually fourth. So you can take a look that it's pretty split. I've been I need to take a look at other libraries within the system, but I asked them what circulation from their municipality or sponsoring municipality that they have, and the couple that I had answers to said about 50%. So just a FYI, but in this next month, I'll be calculating that out because a lot of them said, oh, you can figure that out. And I'm like, yes, from stats. So I have to go through their stats. The next thing I showed you was our study room use. As you can see, it increases a lot during the summer, which we've said before. I'll be compiling the data for 2025 in this next month for our study room and meeting room usage. A lot of times during the summer, as you can see, I've even put people into our little kitchenette back by the employees because they needed some private usage or more private than out in the public. The other thing I wanted to show you was our 2025 improvement projects that we did. So you can see about $25,000 was spent, about $8,700 was in donations. The book carts were getting wiggly, so someone donated the full price for that. We had our ductwork cleaned. The ductwork had never been cleaned since we were built, so it was just full of drywall dust. The carpets and furniture were cleaned. I'd like to maintain that on a yearly basis with our circulation. As you see, about 60,000 people coming in. That's a lot of foot traffic. We replaced one air conditioner. We also replaced 3 public computers with new computers and replaced 10 staff computers with refurbished ones. And most of that was in donations. Our 15-year-old disc cleaner was repaired. $400 versus buying a new one at $9,000. We also repaired an air conditioner. The men's urinals were fixed. We had to replace the door mechanisms on 4 hydraulic doors, and I'm still waiting for a part for the children's room. The button on the handicap door was replaced. We had an annual maintenance on the handicap doors, and the whole unit above the women's restroom needs to be totally replaced. I'm waiting for a price on that. And we had our 5-year inspection on the fire sprinklers. It needs some repair. There is a air leak, and it's leaking air. They did a patch job, and I'm waiting to hear from them what the full repair on that would be. And just FYI, the system is nearing the lifespan of 20 to 25 years. So some of the projects, we're not going to tackle all these in '26, but the hydraulic door to the children's room, repairs to the fire sprinkler system, the women's restroom door, bridge and pier also need to be maintained. About April, May, I had an estimate of just under 11,000. They went up to 13,000. And it's, I did get a donor just right before I typed this up to pay for it. We need repair and maintenance of the arbor and planters. I have someone to do the project, and we'll have some donors for that. The men's room is a big one. Need to put out bids. Windowsill replacement, I'm waiting for an estimate. We're still getting some ice buildup on the windows, especially when we go below 0. Talking to people, that ice is partially due to the frames are all metal, so you get the temperature differential. We popped open a sill to see if there was any mold in there. There was not. So at this point, we're looking for windowsill replacement. I also do keep the humidity dialed down as low as I can. And I have humidity measurements throughout the library. And usually the lowest I can get it down to is about 25%. We've got some expansion crack repair in the tile, perimeter crack repair, women's bathroom to stall partitions for ADA compliance. The adult room carpeting is the original, and it's about $39,000. And that does not include movers for shelving. I try to get volunteers. We'd see what we can do. For the children's room, that's also the original, and I'm just estimating $39,000. So quite a bit. I know I can't tackle all, but we'll see what we can do. Some of the fundraising we're going to do at the library is grant applications. We do Roundup at Marketplace. We're doing Celebrate Your Library for the 2nd year. Also, I got a new library logo, and we'll be selling some clothing through the Friends of the Library donations. I've been talking to the Friends of the Library to be increasing their fundraising efforts, including their typical selling books in the library, and possibly selling at Lynn Marie's Meats with her truck, bingo at Schoolhouse Wines, and I'm just looking for more. And Hayward Library Foundation will continue its fundraising efforts. Some of the recent additions to programs, wanted to let you know, besides the calendar and the bookmark, our Click and Learn, we do have a new representative. So if you guys need help or anybody needs help for electronic assistance like computers, phones, iPads, it's through Northwest Wisconsin Workforce Investment Board. We have Gentle Exercise. We've partnered with Outdoor Ventures. They come in and they watch exercises from YouTube, and the public's welcome to come. We partner with Justice Point for bingo and belonging. That's going pretty good. The room was full in December. We have memoir writing the first Monday of the month, 1 to 3 p.m. So it's going on today. And caregiver movies. We partnered with ADRC, and that'll be about once a quarter. We're also partnering with Sawyer County Literacy in February for a laptop distribution. and we partnered with Margaret Winter from MetaQuest for the ABCs and Ds of Medicare. It'll be in January. And determining how many people come, we'll see about doing it on a monthly basis. At the bottom, I have our logos. Any questions?
How much do you have in fund balance for some of these repairs that you're talking about? Or are you just counting on other funding for those?
Counting on other funding or donations.
So you don't have a fund balance?
Well, you mean in our capital? Yes, we have some in our capital. What it is we are actually also pulling from our capital to balance the budget for '26 also.
I thought we were helping you balance the budget.
Yes, yes, you are too. But also to balance it, we're pulling from our capital.
Okay.
Do we have any grants at all out there?
I'm applying for one grant, and that would be for study rooms. I looked at so many different things to try to fund the pier. The only grant I could possibly get, and I was going to apply for it, is the LP grant. I still might apply for the LP grant. And again, like everybody's been finding, I have been finding, grants aren't out there for repair. Grants are out there for something new, and then often they'll pay for the materials, not the labor, for staff, and also that it won't last infinitum. You can start a program for a year, they'll supply the supplies, but they won't pay for any staff time.
Realistically, are you able to raise this money to accomplish all?
No, that's not for the full year. And they're listed in order of what would be done. No, there's no way we could tackle it all. No, there is no way. But I just listed them, and often I put that out there for donors if they're interested in donating. We've got a wish list, and I do give them that to see, what could happen.
So earlier you mentioned Town of Hayward's 20%.
Right.
I'm going to go back and forth. You said, so the 50%, that's like in general, what libraries, the towns are only 50% of the towns in northwest Wisconsin are supporting the library. Is that what I understood, or?
Out of their library's patron base might be 50% out of their municipality, but I only had a couple libraries answer me on that question.
Okay, so it's
yeah.
okay, but that's helpful, and if more information, that'd be helpful. So then, but none of our towns contribute, right? Or is there a town that contributes? I know what City Hayward does, their fine
Right.
accounting system that
I
they
get
provide.
$500 or $800 from the town of Hunter, just as,
Okay,
and I don't know if it's coming this year. It's on.
if you added Bass Lake, Glen Root, and City of Hayward, roughly how much more percentage if you combined all four of those? Is it like 50%, you think?
Right, 10, hold on, let me get.
20 is Hayward Town.
Right.
then-
And then if 12, 10, 10, so it'd be about 50%.
So 50% of the library usage is from 4 towns, but none of those towns pay, correct?
Correct.
Correct. And in the
Bass-
past, when you've approached them, what is their answer? Like, thanks, we love the library, but we're not going to give you $1.
Yeah, and I plan to go visit them again, yeah.
But I think you have, just being a town member, I think you have to be clear on your ask. I'm on the town of Hayward, and we just received a donation letter, but not like a partnership letter. So it was like, please feel free to donate, but we had already done our budget. So I think
Right.
the timing of the request and then the specifics of the request would be helpful, just for the townships, just to be clear on that.
Now, in terms of partnership, what happens there is I have a D3 license to be a librarian, and I'm still going classes for that because I don't have my MLIS. They don't count my MBA, but anyway, if we go into partnership with the other townships, that would increase our basis above 3,000. So that would mean that I would be grandfathered in, but the next director would have to have an MLIS, which would mean more pay, et cetera. And, yeah.
Mike, is there a way next year to come up with the numbers that she could use? I mean, I guess it's human nature, right? I mean, why would any of these towns pay anything when they're getting it for free, right? If there was a formula that said, well, the county is going to lower its contribution by X because we expect these towns or all the towns to pay their share, then she could go to them and say, well, you know, this is, you're paying, you're not paying for something that you're using. You know what I mean? It's like, until there's like some sort of logic behind it, I don't see why they would ever, regardless of what you said to them, I don't know why they would give you, because what's the leverage? If you don't give it to me,
Right.
you still get what you got. I mean, so it's not like there's a incentive for them to change their behavior.
I could come up with any formula you want. I mean, the state statute says 70%. We're doing about 140% in the 26 budget.
But there would be a way then also too to even break this, whether you do it or the library does it. And if the town of Hayward's 20%, what's their allocation, right? What would their fantasy allocation be? You know what I'm saying? It's like, you're using this much resources and you're paying nothing now. This is actually worth something, and this is what you need to pay. Need is a
Well,
strong word, but I mean,
The easiest thing to do, I guess, would be to take their budget request, take what the county is willing to pay, the difference, divide up what that
Okay.
prorated, you know.
right, something like that. Just, I don't know if that helps. It doesn't make sense that the towns aren't paying anything, but they're getting value out of it, and then it falls back on the county, which in essence spreads across the whole county.
Correct.
For many towns that are using it much less for various reasons.
The other thing is Bass Lake is the municipality for LCO.
So they're contributing to the LCO library.
I haven't, in
Yeah.
some form of another, whether it's strictly what
They have
City of
two
Hayward
libraries.
is. Yeah,
Okay, I mean, it's something we can work on, I guess, as we go out through the year and get closer to that time.
yeah.
so.
And I do want to get those letters out sooner, Stacy. So it was just,
It would help with planning and the discussion happening, you know, before.
yeah. And when does, say, the town of Hayward start their budget, the way the county does, or early, or later?
Or at the same time. but
Same time, okay.
They have an annual meeting in the summer, so most townships do in July, June or July or something, but.
Okay, I'll take a look.
Timeline, yeah.
All right, anything else?
No, thank you very much.
I
Happy
got
New
a
Year.
question regarding that bridge and pier maintenance.
Yeah.
Now, you said, now, is that 13,000 pledged for that, or?
Well, I happen to get the, bridge costs went up to about 13,000. It went up from like 10.5 to nearly 13,000. And the pledge I got was supposed to be to pay for the bridge and pier, and then they wanted to give the remainder for other programming. But now it'll have to all go to bridge and pier, or I still might ask LP to help us partially with that. I have to speak with the donor, but they did pledge 13,000.
In terms of the library,
Yeah.
its core function and the bridge and pier, how important is the bridge and pier to the library's core function? I mean, how many libraries actually have a trail with a bridge and a pier? You know,
Very, very few, I know. We just,
I look at this and I say, is that really a need to have thing, or is it just neat to have it?
right,
So-
right. That was started, I'm just trying to maintain it. And
Yeah,
a
I
lot of it,
understand.
it's becoming, we do try to take advantage of the whole trail, including the bridge and pier. We've got our story walk, the education for the, not environment, but Emily Stone has an audio. I'm thinking about having a snowshoe hike, but very few libraries have the benefits and the drawbacks of 7 acres behind them.
Okay, right. Okay, thank you much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Winter Library.
Good
Good morning. Donna Nucky from the Winter Public Library. I just submitted, I believe, just a basic on activities report. It says December 2025, but it summarized our year at the library and the activities that we offer. First, I want to say thank you for the funding. For Winter Public Library, we're very happy with the county funding us. Cutting back on our funding would hurt us tremendously. We do get financial support from municipalities because we are a joint library, but there are no state statutes in how much they can fund us. But I do visit them every year, and some municipalities have increased their funding over the years, seeing the activities that we do and the services we provide in our community. But the county funding is super important for our library at our end of the county. I know for Hayward as well, but a little bit goes a long way at our library, so a little bit of cuts would hurt us. But we're doing well. With that, we just completed our strategic planning. So we have a 5-year strategic plan, and I included the goals, but I do have a copy of the full action strategic plan with our action plan. If you would like a copy and would love something to read, you're welcome to it. But our library board, which because we are a joint library, we have 11 members on our board. And that is because per state statutes, if you're a joint library, each municipality gets representation on the library board. And it's based on the population of that municipality. So some municipalities have 1 representative, some have 2. Town of Winter is our largest municipality, so they have 4 representatives. I think Town of Coudray is actually, I didn't realize it was so large, but they have 2 representatives and everybody else has 1. So we have a lot of people and a lot of voices from a lot of communities that we serve on this strategic plan action. So we have 3 goals that were identified. Goal 1 was to ensure library sustainability through diversified funding, community engagement, and technology integration. So what we're doing now is trying to be creative with our funds and following state statutes and what libraries can do with their funds. We have our I would say our building fund or our capital fund right now in a money market, and we're looking at putting that over into a CD, a short-term CD right now that yields the best interest that our local bank that we bank through is willing to work with us on, just because we have an idea of what our capital improvement projects are and when we'll need those funds. So to hopefully earn a little bit more funds for the library through working with the CDs and investments that we'll be doing. We're working on policies right now for those investments, an investment policy for the libraries or for Winter Library. And that's just part 1 of our goal there that we're meeting. Community engagement, we're always active in trying to partner with local businesses, organizations, and community members in bringing projects to the library. And technology integration, even though we're a small library, we do our best to keep up with the current trends and support our community members with those trends as well, so that they have access. Goal number 2, maximize current space utilization while exploring future expansion possibilities. Expanding our building is always on the horizon, but it's expensive and we do not want an extra payment. So we fundraise always towards making improvements to our building to better use the space. Our space is 1,200 square feet. So it's not that much bigger than this area, maybe a little bit, but we are constantly utilizing our space, moving things around to support programs going on in the library. So we just want to be more efficient and more effective in the way that we do that. Goal number 3, recruit and retain board members, strengthen partnerships, and sustain staff retention efforts. We have wonderful staff. They're part-time. They don't get paid, probably compared to other library staff. We're below that, but we've been working really hard at increasing their pay. So I believe Our staff so far is really happy with the increases that they've received. Not that we are comparable to other libraries in our county as far as pay, but for our area and the skill set needed in winter, I think we're pretty comparable with what we have. And I'm so thankful for my staff because they're part-time and they do this really out of the love of the library. So I'm thankful for that. Friends of the Library constantly are trying to be creative with our fundraising efforts. I know that I say that we kind of were, last time I talked with you, end of the year was kind of our slowdown for fundraising, but we start right back up in January this month with our indoor book sale because, one, we have tons of items that are donated to us as people are up, donate lots of material. We can't shelve everything because of our space, so we're able to offer it back to the community through our book sale and earn extra funds with that. And then I've listed in the report as well our other fundraisers, which I don't see foreseeing changing, but possibly being added to. We continue our partnership with UW-Madison Division of Extension in offering Strong Bodies for Seniors strength training programs. We have Lego clubs, reading programs going on, the 1,000 Books Before Kindergarten. I've also created a Race to 100. In November, we had a bus from LCO bring all of the first graders over this year, and they participated in their classroom virtually, reading 100 books in their classroom, and then they came over to the library for their final celebration, received a free book, did a story hour program, and then we worked with our local nature center, which is actually right across the street from us, and they did programming while we did programming and swaps. So it was really nice to have another school participating in our programs. We have after-school program is really important, working with our local school district because we have classes that come down during the day for story programs, and then we also have classes that come and help with our garden, and just the school recognizing that the library is a resource in the community that they can partner with and encourage families to utilize the library. We just finished our book giving tree, which is not funded by the library. The youth, anybody in the community, or even grandparents that have children that don't live in the community can request a free book for Christmas. And all of that is provided through donations. So the library will collect the donations, we purchase the books, wrap the books, distribute the books, but any funds that we collect that are over the cost of the books, we save for next year. So it doesn't help us with our operational budget or anything else. It's just a way to give back to the community and encourage reading with families. In the statistics here, just like Ann, December is not ready for us, but we do have our annual reporting coming up in January, and we'll be working on, all the libraries will be working on our annual reports. So I'm assuming in March when we meet again, we will have a snapshot of, and more details of what the year looked like as far as statistics in the libraries, the usage, the financial part of it. I do know that we have some carryover funds from last year for this year. And tonight at my board meeting, we'll be looking at our fundraiser funds that we've been fundraising for the library, but then we also take a portion of those fundraiser funds to pay off that lien that we have on our building with that block grant that we got to help with our basement improvement needs. So I'm hoping that that was at about 27,000. And we have it down to 17, and I'm hoping to get it down to 10 after tonight. So our goal is to get that off our plate, and then we can focus on putting those funds elsewhere. As we do have a 100-year-old building, and we always have needs and improvements, but we've been very proactive in the last, I've been there since 2011, so I think my first major project was 2012. Feel like we've been proactive in kind of envisioning what our needs are and saving for those. And so you never know what comes across and what a year might look like. So we're thankful for any funds that we receive, and we're thankful for the support of the county, not just financially, but also advocating for libraries. Do you have any questions? All right, thank you.
Happy New Year, everyone. Mindy Simons, Hayward Lakes. I just did basically a year in review. I know you've all probably heard all of these statistics at one point or another throughout my reports from the last given year, but I wanted to wrap up and just take a snapshot of the success that we've had over the past year. Our website really saw significant growth across the board. Total users increased by 26.8% over 2024. Sessions climbed 30.7%. Engaged sessions, which is meaningful time on site, jumped an impressive 84.6%. And overall page views of our website nearly doubled, up to 98.3% over 2024. So we really had a lot of great success. Basically shifting our strategy to drive more people to our website versus driving people to just order a vacation guide in a lot of our advertising, I think made a huge difference in these numbers. So, across the board, our top performing pages, of course, the webcam remain the top performing page, closely followed by activities, outdoor reports, snowmobile trail conditions, and seasonal content for fall and winter. But this is just a testament to the fact that outdoor recreation is really the draw for our area, and it's something that we definitely need to keep leaning into with our advertising and promotion of the Hayward Lakes area. So actually, our Google Word performance reflected this same trend as well, with our top performing keywords being ATV trails in Hayward, fishing, things to do, UTV trails, ATV trails, a lot of outdoor recreation focused keywords as well. This year, we also kind of marked our launch into YouTube advertising. Just don't expect this kind of increase next year because 402% was quite a bit over the previous year. However, we hadn't really been doing much YouTube advertising. We do have a great winter campaign running right now that goes across the board for all of our outdoor recreational activities for winter, and it has been getting great page views. We also have that same ad is running. We're running it on WDIO in Duluth. So if you do watch that channel locally, you may see an ad or two pop up for Hayward. We wanted to reach some drivable markets to bring winter recreationalists here as well, especially when some of those other areas get really busy. There's no reason that they can't come here too. So, and just to finish up, across social media, our engagement has been very strong as well. We've had consistent interaction. Our Facebook content interactions rose 70%, visits grew 102%, and follows increased 136%. We actually have really great engagement in our social media. A lot of people comment and like and share our posts. It's become quite engaging with some of the different promotions we have running on Facebook and Instagram. So with that, we're looking forward to a phenomenal 2026. We've seen obviously some great traffic in the area so far with the good snow that we have, a good start to snowmobiling season, and hopefully that'll continue throughout the winter. And we can have some good numbers coming in that will affect Q4. So any questions?
What effect has the closing of the Flat Creek had on housing for visitors for the winter, and especially for the Berkey?
Yeah, they were pretty proactive about that. The management company that purchased that is the same management company that runs the Holiday Inn Express. So the Holiday Inn Express management reached out proactively to all of the people who had reservations at the Flat Creek. I'm not 100% sure if every single person has been housed, but I know they were working really hard. We forwarded all of our vacancy data that we got from people, whether it's short-term rentals or other hotels, to the Holiday Inn Express so they could reach out. But so far, so good. I don't think it's made a huge impact as far as Berkey goes. They were real proactive about that.
Last time you were here, I don't know if there was any action or experience on the room tax. I think you were on the verge of talking to some of the resorts, or am I? How'd that go if it did
Well,
happen?
I have been going around to the different municipalities just to kind of remind them how room tax works, what our role is in it, what they get to do. There were some misconceptions at some municipalities about what they could use their portion for, so we got that taken care of. I know a couple of my board members met with Matt McKay about how the county can help with people who aren't paying. And it sounds like there are some options for Matt to help out as far as licensing goes with withholding if someone is not paying their room tax. So that's something that we're hoping that municipalities will figure out from.
So that's on us?
No, it's not on the county. It's just assistance that the Health and Human Services Office
okay.
can provide to a municipality if they have some, for instance, they have like some serial non-payers. There is some assistance that Matt's department can provide in helping with things. So I'm not personally involved in that. My board
So
members.
if there's a serial non-payer, there's then leverage to get them to pay? Is that what I'm understanding?
For the short-term rentals, not.
Oh, for the short-term rentals,
Yep,
okay.
That's just for the short-term rentals.
Just for short-term rentals, okay.
Well, it's for anyone who's paying room tax.
Oh, I thought Matt was just assisting you with the short-term.
No, because he does the licensing for all lodging.
So then if a serial non-payer, something licensing could be withheld from them.
That is my understanding.
How do we make sure that happens?
Matt's really good.
Okay, I mean, I didn't know, okay.
Yeah, I think there will be more probably discussion coming around that. Again, it's going to be up to the municipalities to contact Matt to then, see what assistance that he can provide. It's something that Hayward Lakes we're not involved in that at all.
So did you get the sense anecdotally that the municipalities understand it and are pro or against it?
Of the municipalities that I have met with, which is basically the town of Round Lake and the town of Hayward, the town of Round Lake opted to re-up their tourism contract with us for another year. The municipality as a whole, I believe, understands and believes in room tax as far as a generator of income for the municipality. I am meeting with the town of Bass Lake next week, so I am unsure of exactly where they stand on things, but I know the town of Hayward, who has been the longest standing payer of room tax in Sawyer County, they just had a small misunderstanding with the uses of how they could use their portion. So we got that ironed out, and they are on board and definitely good partners. Town of Hunter has also been an extremely good partner, and there don't seem to be any.
How about Spider Lake?
Spider Lake does not collect room tax.
Did they not understand it, or did they just being Spider Lake?
I have not met with them, but my knowledge of the past is that they do not have any interest in doing it. So.
I'm not surprised. Okay, yeah, I don't want to beat a dead horse. I mean, I just going from, you said last time with Vilas and Vilas County, I mean, it sounds like when more money is invested in this, there is a return, and I guess the challenge, I don't think there is. I mean, if there was a way we could create an ROI for every dollar we invest in it, which is separate. I mean, if the towns were to give money and then we're giving some now, but what if we gave even more? If there's any ROI, even back of the napkin, I don't know how we'd even do that.
Yeah, it's hard to get a direct cause and effect. I mean, there's the intuitive that, yes, the more we invest, more people are searching and coming to see what we have to offer, but
We could run an experiment.
we could try.
And see if we give X more, if something better happens. Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you very much. Northwest Regional Planning, is there anybody online? No? Sawyer County LCO Economic Development Corporation report.
Good morning, Adam Lamori, Sawyer County LCO EDC. It's beautiful outside. It's a crazy thing to see, right? Little update, downtown, just economic activity. Obviously with the snow and everything going on, the people I've talked to are doing really well. The Christmas season was positive as well, so those are all really good things. Now to turn to not as fun information, financial literacy. So I'll be offering a class that I teach for potential entrepreneurs to get started financially, personally, and then how to start strategic planning to open a business. That's going to happen on January 12th. It was postponed due to weather, and that'll be held at the Wybick office here in town. So that'll be January 12th at 6 p.m. So you're all invited. And then also on January 19th at the county in-service, I'm going to provide a financial literacy class. It'll be a little bit different, but it's going to revolve around just what I recommend. And I used to teach financial literacy in high school for 20 some years, and I have some specific things that I like to provide people to help them utilize their money. So that'll be on January 19th. Our Thrive Grant business plan has been submitted for review, so we'll be waiting to hear back on that. That grant will give us $25,000. It's going to be a business plan to create longevity in our business incubator, and it's also going to give us some marketing dollars, and so I'm waiting to hear back on that. One of the bigger grants that are out that actually opens up today is the talent recruitment grant, and the talent recruitment grant needs to be done through a municipality. So essentially, the grant is up to $500,000. 20% of that money spent would have to come from the municipality. So you'd get an 80% return on that money. And essentially, this is how it works. Someone would have to move out of state to Sawyer County, get paid at least $55,000. And whatever business entity is hiring them, depending on how you set it up in the grant, you can give them cash. You can give, and I'm talking about the people that are moving here. There can be cash incentives to move to Sawyer County. You could do moving expenses. You can buy appliances. So the grant is open-ended on what you want to incentivize businesses to give employees to come here. So the other thing is so let's pretend the county wanted to apply for this grant. 20% would be significant if the whole $500,000 was used. There is a way to have private businesses send money to the county to offset that 20%. So if you wanted to do the program, it wouldn't cost the county. I know there's specific businesses, because I've spoke with them, that would be willing to pay the 20% to get an 80% return. So it is a really big thing. There's some terms in here that we're getting clarification on, because we have some companies that are recruiting 2 years out. So they have a recruit that's in school that they want to get to come here. So how long we can hold the money to incentivize them has been discussed, and we're in the works on that. But January 5th, which is today, till January 30th, this grant is open. And I would I would be willing to work with whoever at the county level would be interested in looking into this grant. I mean, I think there's definitely interest in some of our employers trying to incentivize people to live in Sawyer County. We have employers that are in Sawyer County that have offices outside of Sawyer County, and it would still count for them. So if you were hired by a company in Sawyer County and you had a place in Bayfield County or whatever, that still would qualify because it's employment in Wisconsin. So it's a pretty cool opportunity and something that I think we should take advantage of. Any questions on that? Yeah.
So the 20% hypothetically would be paid by the county, but then the private businesses would compensate the county back,
So
assuming the grant came through and all that.
correct. So it depends on how the grant application is done. The county can cover the 20%. I mean, you don't have to have a compensation from the employer. I just think to get you to apply for it, it would be something that we could write in there. If businesses really want to get 80% of those dollars, it's still a good deal for them. I mean, some of our businesses are already giving moving expenses and giving stuff, so it's saving them 80%. The county would just have to have 20% provable in your reserves to show that you can cover it. So the deal on the backside can be done within the grant. And I would assume, I don't know, this is one question I didn't ask. I didn't ask if you lose points on the grant application if you set it up that way. Okay? I just was asking about the legality of it. And it is possible.
This is a state grant?
Yeah, this is a state grant. Yep. So I emailed that to you. Did you get that from me? Okay. And I can share that information with,
When
it
did you email it?
was before Christmas.
I'll have to look. Okay. I've never seen it, so.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I sent it to you, but
Okay.
I can send it, or you can let me know who I should send it to within the county. I do think it fits within the county's
I
parameter.
think it's interesting. Mike, what do you think?
I can work with you on that, Adam.
Okay. Do you have the information or you want me to? Okay, so perfect. So anyway, that's on the radar. We're also working with the Hayward Lakes Visitors and Convention Bureau on the Uniquely Wisconsin video. So and the county will be discussing the highlights of that. The forestry revitalization bill, it's kind of funny because every time I talk to the people that have knowledge, it's like, well, they're going to meet. The legislators meeting with the speaker on Wednesday or Thursday this week, so we should know more. So it's not bad news and it's not good news. But it's still in existence. Some fun stuff, March 13th, you better put that on your calendar.
Adam, real quick, on the
Yeah.
forest revitalization, like when is there, no good news, no bad news, but when is there, I know Minnesota, Michigan, when does this company, this German company, like have a deadline of when they want to move? We encroaching that or we got time?
I don't have the answer. I think the people that are working with that company have a pretty good pulse on that.
Okay.
And I was told that this week is going to be an important week.
Okay.
This Wednesday or Thursday, we should have some answer on the direction.
If it's going in the right direction.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So hopefully it's good. And we're going to do whatever we can, obviously. March 13th, the Sawyer County LCO EDC is going to have an invite for basically, March is kind of a slow month, and we're going to have a party celebrating economic development in our county. It's going to be a dinner with some beverages, so it'll be a fun night, March 13th. The EDC, specifically in my role, has looked at marketing and how we market the EDC in the county. And I met with my marketing committee and we've come up with a timeline, some revisions, some highlights that we're going to put in place in the coming year to make sure we're front and center with our sponsors and as well as all the residents in Sawyer County. So you'll see some changes to how we operate, how we update our information. And then lastly, we have a 6-month membership with the Wisconsin Economic Development Association, and I'm talking about we as in Sawyer County EDC. And I just wanted you to know, one of the things that comes with that is their lobbyist is willing to meet with, come to this meeting and talk to you about what their priorities are in the coming legislation. So I know TIF is a big thing as far as redoing TIF legislation so that it becomes easier for municipalities to utilize that money. That's a big push for them. But the lobbyist has a lot of information, and I think it would be beneficial if we heard from them to give you an idea of what they're doing. And I can set that up either Zoom, or sometimes they come north of Highway 8.
Sounds good.
That's all I have for you. Any
That
questions?
would be great to have them. Any questions?
Yeah, I understand the Titus building's been sold. Any idea who's taking that over?
I didn't even know that.
Oh.
When did,
I think he goes to coffee too much and has, you go to back roads, that's none of our business.
Well, you know what's going on in the Main Street. It's
yeah,
our
yeah, and
business.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah, well,
It's true, okay. There's been a lot of stuff moving and shaking, just like the Quick Trip building, and we're gotta wait to hear what happens. Correct, I mean, and I have talked to a lot of Main Street business owners, and obviously we can take that as the heart of what's going on, but it's pretty cool, even post-Christmas, being down on Main Street. And we have shops that weren't always open in the winter are currently open and operating, and it's pretty cool to see. So it's good for those businesses. All right, well, you guys have a wonderful day.
9 minutes.
We have the trail report.
Yes, I know. Trail report by Stacy Hessel, motorized.
It's not by me, it's submitted to me. The report is from the Sawyer County Snowmobile and ATV Alliance on Trails. The winter season is off to a great start. Our volunteers worked diligently after the Thanksgiving snowstorm to get trails cleared and ready for the scheduled opener of December 25th. We had a bit of a meltdown. I don't think they mean mentally, I think they meant, okay. Things were looking bleak, but on the 28th, an amazing foot of snow started things off with a bang. Lodging, restaurants, bars and grills, everything in between had businesses and lots of it. Reports from various businesses said that they were swamped with people. Many people, families stayed for the week since the snow was good and the trails were great. I asked about 3 businesses if they could give me a rough number that a family group spent at their place between the holidays. One mentioned a family of 6 averaged approximately $55 a night lodging per person, $75 to $90 on food per day, $30 to $50 sled day, and another $50 to $100 on extras like clothing, souvenirs, games, etc. Lodging, food, drinks, gas per person per day on average is $210 to $295 per day per person. We had a lot of compliments from our guests on how great the trails were with the heavy snow all falling in one day, the 28th. There was a few glitches with trail cleanup again, but our volunteers were on top of things and had everything cleaned and groomed up within 24 to 28 hours. This is the earliest we have had a great start of the winter season in years. She says, I think I mentioned at the last meeting that we were netting over 10,000 at our Alliance Christmas Gala. Thanks to Dan at the dock. We have our When Will Hank Sink fundraiser. For $20, you get 5 guesses, date and time that Hank the Lumberjack will sink in the spring. Proceeds go directly to the Alliance. Our clubs have many fundraisers of their own, going on from meat raffles to poker runs to cash raffles. Trail counters have been relocated for the snow season, and we have to get some numbers at the next meeting. Thank you to this committee for allowing us time to share with you our progress each month. We appreciate your time and all that you do for Sawyer County.
Thank you. Tom, non-motorized.
So the snow has kind of excited the skiers. The Berkey reported they have over 10,000 racers registered for the race, and they think they'll close here by this another week. The Berkey Trails had a lot of activity. They've been operating 2 and 3 groomers all night to keep the trails groomed. Lights are on for night skiing at the Fish Hatchery and at Double O. Sealy Hill Classic is this weekend. They expect 500 to 600 racers. The Nordic kids, young kids, meet each Sunday at Double O, and there are over 150 kids that are involved in that program. And I think that's all we have to report.
Excellent, thank you. Any board-appointed committee updates? Any correspondence reports from conferences and meetings? Any future agenda items? Meeting adjourned, we made it, Randy.